Hi guys, it's NotASpy back with game 2 of the Zero Senpai vs NotASpy series, I guess, where we are doing Beastmen versus Empire. I am playing Beastmen, and my friend is playing the Empire. Without any further ado, let's just jump into army composition. So starting out, I have some Chaos Warhounds with Poison deployed over here on the flanks. Unfortunately for me, he deployed his cavalry, his Reichsguard over here. My hopes was to get back there, but we'll get more into that in a minute. On my far flanks, I brought a single centigrade with throwing axes, armor piercing. Brought him in the hopes he brought demigryphs knights. These guys actually are really good against demigryphs. For my main line, I brought gore herds, which is just mid-tier infantry with shields. They're only bronze shields, so it's only, 35% missile block, but I knew he'd bring a lot of guns. He definitely had me beat in the range department, so I need to bring a lot of shielded units to help increase my odds. So just a solid line of gore shields. Secondary line, 2 Ungor Raiders. Their missiles are weak, only 17 missile damage, I think only 2 armor piercing. What they make up for it is kind of range and accuracy. His Thunders only have his Thunders even have more range. Not even. They're shitty. I'll say it right now. They're shitty, but it was... I built kind of a generic army, because if you brought flying units, those guys would be my only way of shooting those down. On my flanks, I've got Ungor Spearmen. Ungor Spearmen are super weak infantry. Infantry versus infantry, almost anything can beat Ungor Spearmen. I almost argue that Goblin Spearmen can beat Ungor Spearmen. Ungor Spearmen, however, are amazing against Cav. I am consistently surprised how well this unit does against Cav. Granted, you would think, yeah, most... Look at them, the ugly fucking goatmen with their spears. Most spear units should beat Cav, but even high tier Cav, Ungor Spearmen can fight and do damn good against high tier cavalry. For our way back reserves, we have Bestigors. These are look at the funny goat eyes, the teeth. Bestigors are the best gores. Gore is kind of the beastman's name for person, like it'd be like best person. For my leader, I have Morgur, the Shadowgrave, ugly chaos-infused motherfucker, just a badass. He is the best Beastman tribe leader right now because he has an ability that lets me summon Chaos Spawn, 2 of them. I can technically summon up to 3 Chaos Spawn a game, which is fucking dirty. But my favorite unit in the game is the Gore Bull. We have regular Minotaurs here, which Minotaurs just ridiculous. Their stats are ridiculous. They're just so goddamn strong. So strong. So strong. And look at them. They're pissed. These are some mad cows, but don't. And leading them is a Gore Bull, which is the melee specialist for Beastmen. And how he attacks cracks me up. He just full-blown tackles whatever he sees and starts hitting it with his axe. The reveal trailer for him actually showed him tackling giants and the large monstrous infantry in the game and just killing them because how strong he is. He's pretty great. He's my hero. And my last units are the Harpies, which are traditional Harpies. I can't get a good shot of them. These are all very ugly. They're ugly units. Those were flyers. Once again, twofold. Anti-missile unit, and artillery, and any flying units. And brought both of these on the flanks because I figured, well, one of these is going to be fucked up, but the other one will succeed. Looking over at my friend Nick's army. So, oh shit, Zero Senpai. Sorry, fuck it, who cares? 5 people watch these. And all of them know him. We have a line of handgunners in the front row, which is good. This is good tactics. This is great tactics. What you want to do is typically put your missile infantry out front if you're going a defensive position like he is. So that way they can fire volleys off them. Once the infantry closes in, you can pull them back for your line to hold. On the left-hand flank, he has 2 Reichsguard units. Reichsguard are their... So, in Warhammer, there are tiers 1 through 5. Tier 3 plus is all good. Tier 2 is average and 1 is kind of shit. Reichsguard are tier 2 cavalry that are very powerful. They're heavily armored. They have shields, and they just do good damage. They're very good shot cav, and especially for their price. Going over to his main line, here he set up a box. Once again, it's with artillery, but I wouldn't recommend it. These units back here, for instance, their backs are exposed. They, like, flyers can get in here. It's just not a strong position for them to be in, whereas reinforcing the front or the flanks a bit better. I guess, I don't know. I understand where he's coming from. And him being on the... Here it's a bit better. I don't know. I'm torn on it. I'm torn on whether or not it was a good call or not. He has spearmen with shields. Shields. Okay. Here's the thing, though. If you're buying spearmen with shields, those are the ones you want on the front line. Don't put spearmen with shields on the sides, because their shields are facing this way. So even if I brought range units up, they'd be shooting in the back. Their shields wouldn't do shit. Middle of the line. Grand line. You have great swords mixed with halberdiers. I like this again. You usually want to mix it up. However, great swords being at the very front, it'd be better to have them in reserve to force me to kind of tire out, and then bringing in fresh great swords that could just start chopping through infantry. They're very strong units, though. I mean, just look at the men of the Empire. He's kind of sad, though. He's readied up, though. These guys are ready with their guns. They're ready. They're fucking ready. Halberdiers, solid, anti-monstrous. Good choice with a lot of shields and spears and shit, because Beastmen are known for their monstrous units. And for his leader, he brought Balthasar Gelt. He looks cool. He looks very cool. He has very interesting lore behind him. He's covered in solid gold. Video game-wise, though, he is the weakest legendary lord in the game as it stands right now. His stats are terrible for melee. You can't melee with him at all. Which, okay, he's a caster, fine. But the school of magic he has access to is lore of metal. And lore of metal is very, very weak right now. And bringing him against chaos, I'd understand. He'd be able to strip away the armor, or dwarves. He can strip away the armor. He would allow for your regular infantry to be able to fight okay against him. But you brought the thunders, and that's the other thing. Handgunners, they're weaker than crossbows. Unless you're going against armored opponents, just bring regular coilers. Because most of my army has shit armor. You can see it as I scroll in the distance. Bestigors have 100, and that's about it. And my Minotaurs even only have 35 armor. Most Beastmen units aren't armored. The only time you really want to bring anti-armor is Chaos and Dwarves. And maybe Vampire counts. That's about it. Finally, he has 2 mortar engines. Mortars are very, very inaccurate. What mortars are good at is they're anti-dwarves and anti-vampire counts. They're similar to the Hell Cannon. They're inaccurate as fuck, but they're good against blobs. And they have... Well, they don't even have armor piercing. They're... I don't know. They're better for siege battles and campaign. But let's get this away. So the second I saw the Reichsguard, I was like, fuck this. Pulled my dogs out. My dogs are way faster than his Reichsguard. I think he spent this time kind of just sizing me up. Started firing. Frame drop, I don't give a fuck. I want to see these hit. Took out some gores. Fucked up the front line somewhere. I don't think we had any losses there. Their weapon damage. See, that's another issue. Those are pretty weak. So in response, first thing I do is just start fucking rushing my harpies. I know I need to get those offline if I want to not suffer substantial losses. However, before the harpies, I gotta show my favorite moment in this battle is when I was charging him and this shit happens. Right here. Still bringing those across. Almost in range. Harpies are on the distance. Wait for it. Wait for it. Fucking firing squad. Did you see the health of those gores? Just dropped. Just fucking dropped. However, harpies are here now. They're turning off those artillery. And you mess with the bull, you get the wiener. They're shooting. They're getting great damage on that gore bull. But look at him. He doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't give a fuck. He just plows right through. And they're... So what you can do is so you don't have to move them, with range units you can turn on something called skirmish mode, which allows your units to automatically pull back. Now here we're going to slow mo a little bit and kind of break down. Beastmen want this. Beastmen want absolute fucking chaos. They don't want forms, they don't want ranks. Their infantry aren't good enough to win the engagement, but with the chaos they're able to allow their minotaurs to just go nuts. So what I did is I brought these guys over here on the flank. They have a speed of 96, these guys have a speed of 70. They have armor piercing, they have armor. Goal is I have these in skirmishing mode. What that means is when they shoot at these guys, if these guys come near, they'll run away while still shooting. As you notice though, these spearmen here and these spearmen here, he turned these ones around, but they're doing nothing. They're just standing and watching. Yes, my harpies are dying, but they were able to get back there. And his greatswords are beating my gores. But the Minotaur charge mixed with just that constant rush of infantry, he just can't do anything about it. And he's forgot about his Reichsguard. The units are breaking apart. They're fleeing. Balthasar Gelt showing his true form because he can't stand and fight. He's just fighting Bestgords right now. He's not even fighting Minotaurs. And he's getting his ass kicked. Sorry for the frame rate drop. But as you can see over here, we have these guys kind of just playing a game of cat and mouse. This unit is at a standstill. And here, he actually got a group of spearmen here to turn off my raiders. That was good, but I probably would have used the spearmen to try to contain the Gorbull and the Minotaurs. Because right now they're just reigning free. These spearmen, since they weren't paying attention, I was able to get a wraparound with them with Chaos Warhounds. And I've only lost my harpies at this point, honestly. My gores are weak, but like these great swords. They took so much damage off the charge of my gore herd and the harpies in the back and just being surrounded because they didn't have that reinforcement. Now, the slow charge. He's killing them. He's killing them. But watch. The momentum of their charge just stopped just short of the archers, long enough for me to get these other Ungors to move. At this point, with Balthasar Gelt fleeing, I have my hounds chasing down stragglers so they can't reform. And these guys, it's too late once they realize what's happened. I turn my Ungor raiders around to start shooting into these guys. He can't really pull them out. They're getting stuck on all the spears. Morgar is staying in the back. And it's a great day to be beastly. He's got Balthasar Gelt left, but Balthasar Gelt can't stand in a fight once again. And the harpies are still here, so they're going to be able to take out these handgunners. And no other unit can really reform or regroup. His elite units all died pretty fast from the Minotaurs. that's the issue with the box, is once that box collapses, units that you have on the flanks that should have been reinforcing the front, your front falls apart so fast, and once it falls apart, you have to micro so much to recover. But, yeah. I mean, it was a good game, though. It was fun. He's learning the game. He doesn't understand the micro. He told me himself he didn't like the controls. His tactics are in the right place. His ideas are in the right place. He's just got to learn the factions and kind of learn micro, and that's just an experience thing. It was really fun, and I'm really glad to have someone to play this with. I have a lot of friends who I'd love to play this game with. It's an expensive game. It's good to have people to play with. So, let's do another kill breakdown. We have a unit of greatswords that got 0 kills. They were probably the greatswords on the side with the minotaurs, and they got royally fucked. Balthazar Gelt, 6 kills. All of these spears, minimal kills. The handgunners, not a lot of kills, but they were responsible for one of these gore herds taking a lot of damage. Reiksguard, 59 kills. That was probably the Reiksguard that got in and got into the Ungor spear herd and the archers. No kills really on the mortar, meaning their value wasn't really worth. Meanwhile, on my side, Gorbel, 41 kills, and Minotaurs, 36 kills, and they fucking broke the line. My regular Gores got a decent number of kills. They held a line. Bestigors were able to get in fresh, 46 kills. These guys have a lot of kills for chasing routing troops. Not a lot of kills, but I mean, constant arrow fire, it's a distraction in a way with the Ungor Raiders. It's enough damage to be concerning, but not enough for you to have to focus on defending them. Harpy's got a great number of kills because they got that rear charge. But I deployed 738, he deployed 765, I lost 190, he lost 414. Once again, fun. Sir, I hope you're not taking this series as me bashing you. It's kind of just a visual, enjoying the beauty of the game. It's a visually phenomenal game. I'm kind of just looking where to get better. I used to do this shit. If I showed you, actually, let's click continue. I have replay lists. This game came out in May, and I started saving videos like crazy in June. May of 2016. Bought this game. I bought it the first chance I could. I love this game. I started recording, and I have some online battles, but I recorded a lot of just even my single player battles and just what I was doing right, what I was doing wrong, all of that fun stuff. But that's going to be the end of this video. Remember to rate, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.